In order to produce effortless power and high quality strokes on a consistent basis, we have to be able to remain relaxed and loose with our technique. When our muscles are tight and stiff, the range of motion is extremely limited and the power capacity of our strokes will diminish greatly. You may be able to create power with a tense and tight body for a few shots, but you definitely won't be able to maintain that for the duration of a 2 to 3 hour match or a tournament. On the flip side of that, we have a player like Roger Federer who looks so relaxed with his swings even when it's 5-0 in the 5th set of a Grand Slam final. This is one of the reasons Roger looks so graceful when he plays. That relaxation is poetry in motion, yet produces deadly results. It goes against the perception that many tennis players have that in order to produce power, we need to exert more force, and that typically ends up with the player becoming more tense and stiff. So how exactly can we stay relaxed and play loose, especially when we're going for more power? There are a few tricks to help you with the process, but nothing is more important than our breathing habits. Staying relaxed and staying loose is one of the most important elements in tennis, but a lot of players struggle with this because they do one vital mistake, and that is holding their breath during the contact point. Now, if I hold my breath, what happens is my heart rate will increase, my oxygen level will decrease, and I'll have more tension in the body. Because by holding the breath, you're breaking that breathing pattern of inhale and exhale. So a lot of players will struggle because they're doing this. And a lot of times you can see it on their face because their cheeks will puff up and they'll have a lot of tension in the facial muscles. So by holding the breath, you end up very tight, you end up very stiff, and you won't have the same stamina as if you're actually exhaling through that point of contact. So to stay loose, what we want to do is make sure that we're inhaling when we're preparing for the stroke. So I'm inhaling here, and I start my exhale as I start my swing towards that point of contact. That will ensure that I'm loose, that I'm relaxed, and my body is tension free while I hit the ball. So once again, inhale, exhale, and this will help you stay more relaxed. Now, if you look at Roger Federer, he's a player that I would copy on how he watches the ball onto the strings, but also how he exhales and how he's breathing when he's playing the game. Novak Djokovic also does it very well. So let's look at firstly what most players are doing. Most tennis players are holding their breath as they swing the racket to the contact point. They'll hit the ball and they've held their breath. After the ball has left their racket, they now exhale. Even worse is players who don't exhale and don't breathe a whole rally or a whole point. Now, if you imagine holding your breath for 20 seconds, 15 seconds, playing a very intense point where your heart rate is already going up just because of the activity you're doing. On top of that, you hold your breath. Now your heart rate's going to go even higher and your energy levels are going to be dead by the end of that point. As the ball is coming to you, as the opponent makes contact, that's when you're taking your inhale. So as my opponent is about to strike the ball, I'm split stepping, I'm in my ready position, I'm taking that inhale. It could be through the nose, it could be through the mouth. If you're in a rally situation, it's better to try and do it through the nose. If it's a point situation, either way is fine. I can still be taking that inhale as the ball is passing the service line. Now, around the time of the ball bouncing on my side and rising up, that's when I want to be thinking about doing my exhale or starting it. Now, in general, you want to have a longer exhale. So you want to be exhaling. If I'm in that power position for my forehand, let's say, I'm exhaling on the forward part of my swing and I'm exhaling through the contact zone. it will help me to stay relaxed through the contact point. If I exhale after contact, holding my breath, made contact, ball's gone, ball's left my racket, I exhale, at contact I was tight, I was stiff. It's better than holding your breath, but it's not the optimum way to do it. So the best way that you can do it is to actually exhale through that contact zone, prior to contact and after contact. So the ball's coming, I'm exhaling on that forward part of the swing. Now if I do this correctly, I'll feel so much more relaxed during that contact point, and my body will feel so much more loose. And that's what we want to have in tennis. If you look at Federer, look how relaxed he is, look how little he sweats in most matches. Now a lot of that comes down to how he's controlling his breathing in between points and during points. Now if you feel that your heart rate has gone too high, and if you feel that your breathing rate has to go a little bit faster than that, some players they actually take 2 breaths in and out in between shots. So I've hit my shot, take an inhale, take an exhale, another inhale, and then I exhale as I make contact. So it would be like so 2 inhales, 2 exhales in between each shot. If I do this, it will also help me to stay relaxed, stay loose. Try to find which one works better for you, and it might change depending on the tempo of the rally. A slower rally, you can get away with 1 inhale, 1 exhale. A faster tempo and a faster point situation where you're scrambling for balls, it might be 2. The main thing to really focus on is that exhale during the contact zone, prior and during the contact zone. If you do that right, you'll have to take an inhale. It'll be very hard for you to play a point and exhale every time you make contact, but then hold your breath. You won't have any air left to exhale. So you will be breathing in, your body will find the right way to then take the inhale, but you have to have that exhale at contact, prior to contact and during contact. So once again, as the ball's coming up to my racket, as the ball's traveling towards my strings if I'm doing a volley, I'm focusing on starting that exhale. If it's a volley, it might be if it's a ground stroke, and that's the feeling I want to have, that relaxation, that looseness through the contact point. If it's a serve, same thing. As I get to around the trophy position and I start that racket drop, that's when I'll start my exhale. And I'll be exhaling right through the contact point, which will keep my body as relaxed as possible. So go out there and try it, guys. Let me know if it works for you. Let me know if it helps you to play better and more relaxed tennis. And let me know if it helps you to feel a lot fitter on the tennis court. A lot of these issues that we have, I know myself, when I'm holding my breath, I'm tired after about 10-15 minutes of solid hitting. If I'm exhaling and I'm focusing consciously on really getting that good breathing, I know that I can last an hour, 2 hours of good hitting without feeling that same fatigue. So it's very important that everyone, it's something that you have to almost do on a daily basis until it becomes a habit. I know myself when I'm coaching, because we're talking when we're coaching, we're telling our players what to do, you're not really focusing on your breathing when you're hitting with them. But when I'm going into a hitting session with someone who's a bit better, that's when I'm focusing it once again on staying relaxed, staying loose, and exhaling through the contact point. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below as well, and subscribe to the channel. Also share this video with anyone who you think would benefit from it. All the best, guys, and see you soon.